We get our first glimpse at Jessica Fletcher, looking refreshingly clean after Emma's caked on makeup face.
Oh my God.
Right?
Baby Jane, baby
Uh-huh.
Jane. Mrs. Banks is still quite posh. And
Oh,
here,
for
Glynis
sure.
Johns is playing way lower class,
Totally.
and it's delicious.
Danny Briggs is an American actor doing the worst Cockney we've heard since Dick Van Dyke.
And trust no well-meaning daughter.
Dad! Dad!
Dad! Maybe that should be the episode. Just DAD exclamation point.
Dad!
Yay! You.
Do 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 do.
Ah, this is
Night on
tonight
Murder, She
murder. Oh,
Wrote.
sorry. Oh,
Oh
see, and
yeah.
I completely messed up our intro. I
Who
got so
cares? Who
distracted.
cares?
I got so distracted. Hi, I'm
I
Victor
know.
Devon,
I'm petrified, and
and
this
this is
is Tonight
tonight
on
on
Murder, She
Murder She Wrote.
Wrote.
As I was
Mm.
saying to Petra, this is one of the few episodes where we have the Angela Lansbury voiceover where it says tonight on Murder She Wrote, but it's like several seconds into
I
the
know. We get a full teaser.
prelude. A little bit. I think probably because this episode probably was very confusing to people. They're like, let's completely fuck with the
Uh-huh.
audience
Yeah.
because they're like, what's going on? Why is
It's
she dressed
very
like this grand
unique.
lady?
It's very unique, this one. There's so much to talk about, even though
Yeah.
I think it's kind of a simple murder, but there's a lot happening that's fun to talk about.
Hmm.
Yeah. This is a sing-a-song of murder
Yeah, we're going to England for this one, where
across the
we
sea.
where we dive right head in actually. We don't explain they don't explain to the audience at all what we're experiencing. They don't give us
No.
any context. Um, but we're gonna jump into the episode, but we have some news. We wanted to give notes to the fact that we have this we had a comment from somebody. Did you want to talk about
Yeah,
that
yeah.
first?
So in the episode we were talking about the possibility. I think we had, this was the episode Joshua Peabody died here possibly, and it was the
Hmm.
introduction of the character Seth, and we thought we sort of mused for a while about whether Seth might be queer coded. And then we had a great comment from one of our listeners that I wanted to read. Um, This is at Coffee Nebula from YouTube, and they said, I hadn't considered the possibility of Seth being queer coded. But to add to the argument that he doesn't conform to 1980s mainstream heteromasculinity, he also is heavily involved in local theater productions and community events that involve pageantry. He calls out Jessica when she's neglecting her flower beds, and he wants the gossip and finds most of the other men characters insufferable. As for Jessica, I've always thought she gives big asexual, not aromantic or demi energy. I probably said that.
Yeah,
That was a
aromantic
mouthful.
probably.
Aromatic. Thank you.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
I was like aromatic. I got
She
cooking
gives
on the brain.
she gives
Yeah.
strong aromatic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I love
Um.
that. And that's
Hmm.
just the kind of dialogue that is sort of getting our gears going. Um,
Yeah.
and I was thinking, even when we were talking about it, how he always calls her woman. And in
Yes.
this new framing of Seth, I kind of liken it to when we call each other like bitch.
Girl.
Yes.
Yeah.
Small woman.
Yeah.
Hey bitch. But I love that this conversation has started. It's so all these little clues along the way, and of course all those things happen, but I'd never thought of it. So thank you for
You know
pointing
what?
those out.
Yeah, I hadn't either. And which is funny because I think you and I both we've searched for gay representation in almost everything that we consume.
Hmm.
And we've talked about how very frequently Murder She Wrote airs on the heterosexual um cisgender mode by virtue of its era. But again, we talk about how many other shows that were around at that time that did not
Hmm.
conform to that. That obviously we had this Tony Randall series that had an entirely gay lead character. We've had Night Court and Golden
Hmm.
Girls and uh Columbo, I think, even has a gay episode. If you search a sitcom and then type in gay episode, you'll
Oh
find
yeah.
at least
Oh
one.
yeah, definitely. And also, sort of on the subject, there's a wonderful YouTuber named Matt Bohm who does such brilliant video essays on this type of thing, particularly going back into archive television and looks at things from a queer angle. So, not sure if any of our listeners know that creator, but really top-notch stuff. So engaging, so cool.
How do you pronounce the last name or
I
spell the
think
last
it's
name?
Baume.
Bog.
Yeah. So I'm not sure exactly how, but
Oh,
his
yes, yes,
channel
yes.
is yeah, it's just Matt Baum
Yes, yes,
on
yes. I
YouTube.
have seen some of his videos.
Exceptional stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah.
So,
It's it's things to consider. The as we've talked a lot about privately and separately, like we like because we're big musical theater fans and
hmm
we love old Hollywood and we love a lot of stuff. Even things like The Little Mermaid is queer coded because the author is gay. And so it's things like um the creators that couldn't be out used their actual art to
hmm
fuse their whatever they're longing or they're hiding, and that has multiple layers too, because especially in something like The Little Mermaid, then you have Howard Ashman, who is writing the lyrics, who is basically doing the same things that Hans Christian Andersen is doing.
hmm
um and so a lot of the creatives people, even if they're not on screen, are writing from this perspective. And that's, I mean,
Yeah.
I understand the concept of people wanting to say that being gay is not all that I am, but it's a lot of what we are.
It is. It informs
And
everything, right? And
yeah,
I think when you're looking at something like the Little Mermaid, that you can you can take the foundations and the bones of that story, and it is a queer story. You can apply it to
right.
any queer story. It's about feeling othered. It's about wanting to exist in the body that feels most correct to you and loving the person
Yeah,
that you want to love. And then, of course, we have Ursula as, you know, the greatest drag queen villain of all
yeah,
time, right?
yeah.
And it's so funny that it was such a mass success when in fact it was such a um, queerly motivated story, just like Little Shop of Horrors.
Yeah. And a lot of other all ages media. And I know that
Yeah.
we talk a lot these days. And folks, we will get to the actual episode, I promise you. But it's because everything is people talk a lot about how um we never had this as when they were older, or when they were younger, that
Yeah,
these things didn't exist. And I'm like, no, these things have actually always existed. And um I personally do believe that there are gay kids and trans kids and asexual kids, and they grow up into adults, and hopefully,
imagine that. Yeah,
and I know, and there's no one way to be anything, of course, but
yeah,
I don't know, like
yeah,
it's such a logical perspective to me.
yeah,
Like it's
yeah.
so willfully ignorant to suggest that. And also, it's also like you're not giving yourself any credit whatsoever. I think you're really ignoring about all of the things that you personally went through, even if your end game was that you are straight and cis and
Totally.
traditionally romantic and things like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Anyway.
really satisfying. And so I to sort of bring it full circle to I just had a maple glazed donut, so I'm a little bit on a sugar high. So I'm a little jittery. But to bring it full circle, I'm like shaking here. To bring it full circle to Murder, She Wrote and Seth and whatnot, I have such deep appreciation for, even if this was never a conversation or was never the angle, it does sort of create representation for people who need it in a time
Yeah.
that's more quiet, and it's not so much about like we're gonna tell the gay story. Like Golden Girls, which we love, by the way, right? But there are the gay episodes of Golden Girls. Um, the
I mean,
Gene storyline, I mean, there
there
are a
are
lot of them.
lines throughout. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Even if they're not literally. Yeah.
But not every gay storyline has to be about gay marriage. Not every gay storyline has to be about AIDS.
Yeah.
They get to just live lives and exist as they are. And to think that Seth might be just living his life as a gay man in Cabot Cove feels so satisfying and
Yeah.
makes me feel nice and warm. So
We're gonna be yeah, folks, if that's not your canon, great. But I have a feeling that we're going to be looking at it through that lens basically for the entire
yeah,
series.
basically. You know what? I'm
As
wearing
natural
my rose-colored glasses and I don't care.
as naturally we would with anything.
Yeah.
I mean, often I look at these actors and I say, oh, these are old Hollywood actors. A lot of these people were either closeted bisexuals or closeted gay men. The idea that they were married is not always the end all of
Yeah.
who they were as sexually active adults.
Hmm.
And uh, Angela Lansbury was an ally. So her involvement with the gay and queer community is long lasting, like very long lasting.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it would be a disservice to her, as it would be if this was another series with a public figure who where that was such an important aspect of their lives to not bring it up.
Yeah.
So yeah. Uh, one other thing I wanted to say before we start the episode is that in the news, Jamie Lee Curtis was on the red carpet for Freakier Friday, I believe, the Freaky Friday
Sounds right.
sequel.
Hmm.
She's been making the rounds. She was at the La Costa Rista's red carpet. She's been doing that. She's been busy. And one of the reporters asked her if it was true that they were going ahead with this proposed Murder, She Wrote reboot, revamp, sequel, something. We don't even
Yeah.
know. We don't know if it's going to be like Miss Marple, where she's just taking on that visage as a new version, or if it's going to be like Matlock with Kathy Bates, where it pays homage, but it's unrelated,
Right.
or if it's going to be like Night Court, where it's a relative of, and she's just taking on, the next generation.
Hmm.
Um, you and I actually have not really discussed it, but I'm pro cover, pro remake, pro all of that because I don't believe in things existing in a vacuum. I like revivals. I like redos. I want them still to be good.
Yeah, I agree.
Um,
Yeah. I'd rather a revival that's good than a sequel that's bad.
hmm, hmm,
Um, and I say that specifically because also in the news are talks of The Devil Wears Prada 2 and Practical
hmm.
Magic 2. And
We just had
listen,
Hocus Pocus too.
yeah, I love these movies so much and I love those characters and it is exciting to see the footage from sets and whatnot. And at the same time, I keep thinking to myself, why do we need to redo a perfect movie? And so And I know that's not a popular opinion, but again, I'd
It's a
rather see
fairly
someone.
popular opinion. It's a fairly.
Thank you for vindicating me.
I mean,
Uh,
when was the last time you heard about a really, not a series, but a really
yeah,
successful legacy sequel? When was the last time that really like
I truly,
burst into the
aside
public?
from movies that are meant to be like comic book movies or like the
Hmm.
Marvel universe, where they're designed to keep cranking out different storylines for different characters, almost in a way that TV does. I I don't really know if I can identify a good sequel. I think the last, maybe this is controversial. I think the last good sequel was Addams Family Values.
Mm, there you go.
Personally, yeah.
There you go.
And that's, what is that, 3 decades old? Yeah.
Yeah, you didn't have to say that, but you
Well,
chose to.
sure did.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Sometimes we need enough time to pass for us to examine whether or not something was a good sequel.
Yeah,
And like for the purposes of clarity, I'm not talking about things like The Empire Strikes Back or Godfather 2, which are
exactly.
recognized as superior follow-up films.
Yeah.
Because there is debate whether they were always planned. I know Dark Knight also gets listed
Hmm.
as being elevated above Batman Begins.
Right.
Um, there are stuff like Bride of Frankenstein, I think, is superior to the original Frankenstein. Um, there's a couple of animated. I know Toy Story 2 is often elevated above the original Toy Story, although, and I would probably say Toy Story 3 is in the possibility of
Yeah.
being higher than that.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, sometimes animated films do it a little better.
mm,
Not talking about things like
Batman
Frozen 2,
Returns,
but
I
yeah,
think is
Batman
better than
Returns,
that. Yeah,
exceptional sequel.
yeah.
Um, Again, I don't know if I sort of see those in the same category because those are stories that are designed to sort of tell in a serialized
Right,
way, right?
right. Like the
Unlike a movie
Bourne or
like
the
The Devil Wears
Screams.
Prada, right? Those are
Yeah.
designed, they're literally built to be sequeled, or
Franchises,
have, yeah,
basically. Yeah.
franchises. But a movie like The Devil Wears Prada or Practical Magic that are such perfect little gems of movies, and the older they get, the more we sort of cherish them. And so I totally understand that people love them and want to see the characters again, but I just don't know how it could live up to what those movies are because they're just perfect. I mean, even the way that Disney sort of does these live action remakes of things like The Little Mermaid, they're just inferior movies to the
Yeah.
originals. I don't
Yeah.
really get the point. And I know that it's a cash grab. It's about giving people what they want. I'm saying that with quotation marks. But yeah, something like Matlock, which has a different spin on a
Uh-huh.
concept, that makes more sense to me with a different gendered actor playing the lead character too. Like make it
Yes.
different enough that it is interesting and it doesn't just rehash the same shit. So,
Well, to that end, there was discussion about when Angela Lansbury was still alive that they were thinking of redoing a Murder, She Wrote with Octavia Spencer. And
mm,
unfortunately, I feel that one of the reasons that that did not come to pass and that was so heavily um, maligned as a possibility, unfortunately brought out a lot of fat phobia and racism
yeah,
in the community because
uh,
Octavia Spencer uh, is that actress that they were considering. Jamie Lee Curtis, I think, is a little bit more palatable, although still is very polarizing,
very much. Yeah,
particularly after she won the Academy Award, and a lot of people felt that she did not deserve it for the role that she got.
right.
She's also wildly outspoken. She's not everyone's political cup of tea.
Yeah,
And also, the Halloween revivals were a little speculative as well,
a little
actually.
shaky. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. That first one I thought was really great, but
yeah.
they
I
got
do too.
progressively bad. They got progressively bad.
Victor, I love the Halloween series, and I haven't even watched Halloween Ends because I thought Halloween
Um,
Kills was such a shit show. I
it
hated it
it is
so
it is
much.
a it is a little bit better. It's just a
Is it? Okay.
little bit better.
Just
It
a
is just a little,
touch.
yeah,
And
yeah.
on a
But
slightly
I'm
higher note. Yeah.
yeah, and also the husband and I we do watch Halloween almost every year, if not every other year, because we do consider it a successful film. But one of the things that drives him kind of crazy is the uh, otherworldly creation of Michael Myers. He becomes like Jason, he becomes like Freddy
Yeah.
Krueger. He's unkillable.
It's
And
not
he's not as
interesting.
fun as Freddy Krueger is. So
Yeah.
we can watch the entire series of Freddy Krueger knowing he'll never be, ended
Yeah.
because he's still funny and still entertaining in some
Yeah.
capacity. Um, but the silent, unkillable force, sort of like with where we don't actually even spend a lot of time
Hmm.
learning about the victims, he finds sort of annoying. So even he and I have not watched
Truly.
The Return of Michael Myers or the fifth one. And
Oh, I mean,
I
yeah.
had to request for us to watch H2O together.
I mean, I've seen them all. I've seen them all. I did stop at the Rob Zombie because I thought it was gratuitously violent and unnecessary and
I watched the
not
first one, I
no
hated
longer
it.
fun. Yeah, hated. Um, but I've definitely seen all of the series up to that, even the dreadful Halloween 6, The Curse of Michael Myers with a lovely little cherubic Paul Rudd.
Um,
And they just they don't do anything. They don't do
yeah,
at least H2O had like kind of a Kevin Williamson meta spin that sort of was a precursor to Scream and things like
yeah.
that, or in that ilk. Um, but yeah, the discussion about sequels and remakes and franchises, It's very contentious, right? There are so many opinions out there, and people love them, people love to hate them, people hate to love them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't, do you feel that that Jessica Fletcher is untouchable?
I mean, in so many words, yes. I
Okay.
do think here's where my own feelings about it get complicated. I think that Murray, She Wrote as a series probably ran a little too long.
Mm,
And sort of tired itself out. Granted, I love every episode. I love watching it. I love watching it through the eras and watching it change and sort of adjust to what's happening in culture and like the Friends episode, Pals, ridiculous.
yep.
Love it. Do I
Buds.
think that
Buds.
was it Buds or Pals,
Yeah, it
something
was
like
Bud.
that? Yeah,
It was
Buds.
Bud.
Um, but I don't know that those episodes, I don't go back to them the way I go back to seasons one through three or four-ish of Murder, She Wrote.
No, they're not quite as
They they
repeatable.
become a little bit more sort of generic to me. While these, like this one we're going to talk about today, is so niche and it's so weird and such a choice. And I don't think the show's as brave after a while. When we talk about the Golden Girls and how B. Arthur wanted to exit that show after even the fifth season, she was
Hmm.
considering leaving. I think she kind of had the right idea. Um, because she probably is reading these scripts and seeing the same jokes over and over again and the same stories and just sort of feeling like I don't know how many times we can rehash. Um, and I love every single season of the Golden Girls, but season one and season seven are wildly different, right?
Yeah.
Season six and seven are downright wacky sometimes. And I love them. I love them. And I go to them when I want that kind of tone or I want that kind of laugh, but they're not necessarily telling the same interesting stories that they were telling in seasons one, two, three, four, even sometimes. But um, so I maybe it's the Taurus in me, but I feel like I want something that's really good and really quality, and I don't want to waste my time on things that aren't. So,
Yeah.
kind of my
That makes
perspective.
I want it to be good and I want it to be I want it to embrace the camp and I want
Yeah,
it to be entertaining
me
and I want it
too.
to be fun.
Yeah.
Um,
I like watching Jamie Lee Curtis, so I think that as a choice, I mean, Octavia Spencer would have been brilliant, and that's really sad to hear that that didn't move forward because I think I would prefer to see that more. I think
I
she's a
think
more
it would have been more
engaging
interesting. Yeah, I think it would have been more
uh,
interesting.
concept, yeah. But Jamie Lee Curtis certainly has the gumption and the assertiveness to play that type of character, and in 2025, she probably is the right choice for that character.
Yeah,
So if it happens, will I watch it? Absolutely. If
of
I hate
course.
it, will I stop watching it? Absolutely. And I'll go back to my Jessica Fletcher as portrayed by Angela Lansbury.
Again,
But
it's if we I guess if we consider that any Agatha Christie detective or anyone could play Sherlock Holmes or that I believe in the idea of these characters living outside of that. And I understand that's very, very difficult when you come out so blazingly strong as Angela Lansbury, because
mhm.
even the later episodes, Angela Lansbury is still wonderful
She
in them.
is, and that's why
She
they're and
sometimes
yeah,
sells them even when they suck, even when
agreed.
those episodes are bad.
Agreed.
Um,
She glows in the more recent episodes, I think. She almost
and
gets
she's
better
another
with
one who
age.
wanted to
Yeah.
end. She's another one who wanted the show to end much sooner than it did,
Yeah.
a couple of times.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, and I think that's also part of the theater.
Yeah.
Well, before we get into the next, like if you listen to Barbara Streisand's uh memoir, she talks about how when she finally got to the show after the rehearsals and the planning and all of this, she's like, okay, let's move on to the next thing. She had basically already done it.
Yeah.
She's not an 8 shows a week kind of girl.
Uh-huh.
And in the inverse of that, I feel that that's probably true of someone like B. Arthur, probably something true as Angela Lansbury, because they're going to explore. they're going to continue to explore different facets of that same character with the same script. And every week is a different script, and a lot of times by different writers of varying degrees, and they're
Hmm.
not going to follow the same canon. They're going
Yeah.
to put their own perspectives in.
Hmm.
So, yeah. Well, we'll see, won't we?
We'll
Because it's not going to
see
happen for it. It's not going to happen for a
for a
while
while. Yeah.
if indeed it does happen.
Yeah.
But
And I want it to be good and I want to enjoy it, but we'll
yeah,
see. Yeah.
yeah. Um, I think it's time
I
for the
think
episode
so.
itself. How do you feel?
Yep. Me too. Sing a song of murder.
Indubitably. Well,
Hmm.
speaking of great performances by
Hmm.
Angela Lansbury,
Truly.
this is what we got. Okay, where do we begin? Um, Sing a Song of
Ta-da.
Murder. It begins with with the Tonight a Murder She Wrote, and you see Angela Lansbury dressed in this fabulous uh garb, and people
Hmm.
talking in British accents about
Hmm.
seemingly about Jessica. And the question is like, what? What are we doing? Where are we?
Yeah.
And Murder She Wrote loves doing that in the Tonight's a Murder She Wrote, where they give us absolutely no context because they want us to keep going.
Yeah. What's happening here?
Uh,
What? What? Who? What?
yeah,
When? We have Angela Lansbury truly dressed and playing a cartoon character.
basically,
Yeah. And of course she's playing her cousin, Emma MacGill,
Emma MacGill.
who makes a few appearances on the series.
Just two, actually, and I'm kind of amazed that they stopped at two.
It shows a lot of restraint, doesn't it?
Especially since this one, they start off with both characters existing in the same rooms.
Hmm.
Angela Lansbury talking to herself. I could understand where that would be tiresome because that requires a lot of filming and a lot of stuff.
Sure.
But the idea that the second appearance of Emma is a just straight up Emma, no Jessica affair,
Hmm.
I'm kind of surprised that they didn't do that
More
in
on,
later episodes.
yeah, yeah. I mean, when you take the time to establish a character that can hold the story their own. Um, although in fairness, having more than that would be like, really?
Well, and I guess
Is this Murder She Wrote anymore? Right?
it would fly in the face of what Angela Lansbury wanted when she wasn't playing
Yeah,
Jessica anyway, which is somebody
exactly.
else take those roles.
Yeah.
When we
It's
get
like
to
I'm
the Dennis
tired.
Stanton,
I
yeah,
need a breather. So
I'll
we're
do
in
the
this
intro.
we're in this series or this theater.
It's a
It's like a
music hall.
vaudevillian sort of venue, what we might call in the States. But yeah, music hall. And
Yeah.
we're starting with Oliver Trumbull, played by Patrick Macnee,
Hmm.
telling terrible, terrible, terrible jokes.
Utterly bombing.
Oh my
Also,
gosh, it's dreadful. And the
and
okay, my favorite part of this is watching the
yeah,
audience members because first of all, some people look slightly amused. One woman's eating a candy bar. There are a lot of people who are sitting in this music hall by themselves, okay?
yes.
It's a little like Paul Rubens, what are you doing there? You know what I mean?
Well, this is an old-fashioned way of doing things. Music
Yeah.
halls, just like burlesque halls in vaudeville, you used to just go to kill time.
Yeah.
And it was also what you used to do at the movies because movies would just run
Keep
over and
running.
over again with newsreels and cartoons betwixt them.
Hmm.
And you could just show up whenever you wanted. And it wasn't
Pay your
until movies
nickel
like
and
Psycho
yeah.
changed the game of that.
Because Hitchcock didn't want anybody to enter after the movie had begun or
Right,
mid-movie. Yeah, he
right.
wanted folks to watch it, which is it's wild that that was never the norm in film, right? It's strange because a creator is making something to tell a story from start to finish, and it's so odd that the industry would be like, yeah, people just walk in and out,
Again,
whatever.
it's because it was, I guess, a reformatted. It was just like, and also you would feel that possibly weird about a stage show too, but the concept
Yeah,
of audience pay attention, you got showgirls. But no, a lot of times the entertainment was kind of secondary.
yeah. I mean, when you follow
Um,
that vaudeville model, you just walk in and whatever act was next, you saw.
yeah,
Yeah, so it makes sense.
and it's different
Um,
than a bar because then there's nothing to do but watch. But
yeah.
at a bar, you can communicate, you can drink, you can, have this other situation. This is a
Hmm.
sit and watch situation.
Hmm. That woman is still working on that candy bar, by the way.
So good.
Just
Also, this
she's
is
going at
a
it.
very a very diverse group of people. We have some punks, we have some new
Uh-huh.
wave punks,
Uh-huh.
and they're
We got
all here to
grandma.
say,
We got
they're
some
all
folks
here
on
to
a
say
date in
Miss
their
Emma
tux.
MacGill.
Yeah. This okay, we this so Lansbury sings this song Yellowbird at the beginning here, and it is leaps and bounds the highlight of the episode, right? It's so lovely to see her sort of in her element doing her best Mrs. Lovett. Uh it is Mrs. Lovett, right? This episode is
It's a
basically Mrs.
touch.
Lovett meets Jessica Fletcher.
If Mrs. Lovett hadn't, if Mrs. Lovett had a little bit more money, I think,
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
hadn't, been quite so desperate, because Emma's a little bit more optimistic
sure.
as well. But also, there's I don't know if you're familiar with the musical Dear World, where Angela Lansbury plays the Mad Woman of is it Chalier, I believe it is. Audience at home, please don't get mad at me. I don't remember how to pronounce it. She played a lot of like these grand ladies of varying means and
Yeah.
sanity.
Yeah.
And this song itself, this is from the picture of Dorian Gray, where she
Yeah.
sings a little yellow bird, um, because evidently Angela Lansbury did not want to learn a new song.
I mean, it's an opportunity to pull out the old favorites, right?
40
She
years
sings it
later.
beautifully, though. I will say, like listening to her, I was like, this is the best she sounds.
Yeah.
She
It is also
sounds
really interesting
fantastic.
to go. This song really has different weight than uh as an ingenue. To
Hmm.
sing this as an older lady, it's sort of like
Totally.
singing Meadowlark as a young person and then singing Meadowlark as an older person.
Truly. Yeah. She's just really magnetic in this scene, and they could have
The
easily cut out the like just given us a clip of it, but we really get pretty much the whole song. It's a
Yeah,
little treat.
she looks fabulous. The girls are out.
Hmm.
She is
Girls are
pushed
out.
up.
The
She is
punks are
pushed
singing
up.
along. Everybody's singing along. The
Oh my
punks
God.
singing along. It's just too
They're
good.
so, it's so great. And
I
look at the
know.
style, like the lights with this sort of African tiki
Mhm.
weird kind of situation here. It's almost uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Uh,
Look at that roaring fire on that
it's
stage.
so
I love the
cool.
stagecraft of it all.
It's so cool.
Um, so we should set the scene. Emma McGill owns this music hall, correct? She's the owner,
With her business partner Archie.
Archie, right? Who is played by don't Kenneth
Kenneth Danziger.
Danziger, who I
Yes.
recognized his face, but I didn't really know a lot of oh I didn't really know a lot of the work.
He, I believe, is a character actor.
Yeah,
Been in a bunch of things here and there.
yeah. I mean, he's been in all sorts of things for sure, but
This
nothing
this
that
is
would
a
stand out.
this is a really good opportunity for a lot of actors who wouldn't necessarily make sense in Cabot Cove to come out.
Yeah, truly.
We get Glynis Johns of Mary Poppins fame.
Hmm. Playing
Um,
a, a seedy little assistant. Love her in this.
she is so sassy, and she is one of those people who has been telling Emma, "You've really got to pack it in. No
Yeah.
one's coming to the music hall." And maybe this is just you and I as like burlesque and drag people, but that looked
Hmm.
like a pretty decent sized crowd, all
I
things
was like, are you
considered.
kidding?
Oh
This is one of the
God.
bad crowds? This looks pretty good.
Oh, and they're singing along. They're clearly
I
happy, and they
know.
stayed for the shitty comedy. Like,
Yeah.
I
So
know.
this argument that both Glynis and I should get her by Bridget is her name, and Archie are trying to get Emma to sell. It's not holding water, although our
Yeah.
friend here, what's his name? Oliver, he should probably go. He's
Yeah.
pretty bad. Pretty bad. Oh, we
Yeah.
didn't mention that Olivia Hussey is here playing Oliver's daughter, Kitty.
Yes.
And
Who,
she just
yeah.
adores her father, thinks he is best thing since sliced bread.
This episode suffers from one issue, in my opinion, where they have two. actresses who look just enough alike to be confusing unless you're really paying attention. One
To
of
who?
the uh, one of the other actors who's also a brunette and is hanging
Hmm.
out in the wings.
Hmm.
For the first couple of glimpses, you might think that that is the Olivia Hussey character,
Uh,
but it's not. That's Violet, who is, I guess,
she's
one of
Archie's
the
wife.
employees. Yeah,
She's
but
Archie's wife, and she's
she's
really trying to get him
also
to sell. Yeah.
she's also like checking the receipts and making sure that they're actually making money, and they're not.
Yeah. She's
Uh,
she doesn't have a lot to do in this episode, but she's really cool. She has big lesbian energy here, and I'm here for it. The haircut alone,
it is a little,
it's very
yeah.
1985 mullet, like wet mullet, right?
Yeah.
I love it.
Folks, that you may recognize her as one of the villains in Superman,
Yeah.
who also
Ursa.
has big lesbian energy,
Hmm.
with that fabulous styling.
She's superb in Superman. Are you kidding? Can't keep
Yeah.
your eyes off of her. Yeah. She's wearing that black sort of Laura Flynn Boyle Matrix look. A little bit, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But we've had an attempt on Emma's life. She was chatting with Oliver, who she seems to have a casual relationship with.
Yeah, romantic thing
Um,
going on.
and a car tries to run her down. We don't see the
Yeah.
driver, but a car tries to run her down. She just narrowly escapes.
Do
And
we think
then,
those hands are the hands of the actual actor that plays the killer? Because we see that from the killer's perspective
mm,
following her.
is it the same car?
I don't know, it's a good question. Because it's a little
It's a masculine
or
arm.
unless this is the hood that's
No,
trying to
it's a
get
different
her to
car.
sign. Okay.
It's a different
So we
car.
got two people pursuing Emma here.
Yeah.
There's the person who's actually trying to kill her, and then there's also this other guy. He hasn't shown up yet. Um,
Who I assume is Danny
Danny
Briggs.
Briggs, Danny Briggs,
Yeah.
who
I assume that that's because he's the one who wants to buy the Mayhew
right,
Music
or
Hall,
his people want to buy the
his
music
folks.
hall.
I
Yeah,
think just to tear it down, right?
I know they want to turn it into like a rock venue.
Oh, right. They
They
want
want
to
to turn it
update
into a
it
rock
too. Yeah.
hall. I don't know
Which would
why. The punks are
require
already there.
I know, but it probably would do a lot better as a rock hall. It just would
Yeah,
require a lot of work.
yeah, yeah. Um, but anyway, so he's pursuing Emma as well. That's probably him in the white. Who
Or
knows?
that's the lawyer trying to situate
Oh,
her ruse. I'm not
right.
sure. There's a lot of possibilities.
Oh, and look at this. We get our first glimpse at Jessica Fletcher back in Cabot Cove.
Back and kept picking up the phone,
Hmm.
dusting, running around.
Looking refreshingly clean after Emma's caked on makeup face.
Oh my God. And
Right?
Baby
Uh-huh.
Jane.
The hair is a helmet, an
And
orange
considering how much
helmet.
blush she has on as well,
Garfield
it
wishes.
that is saying something.
Also, everybody is wearing eyeliner in this episode, including Archie. I was like,
Yeah,
wow,
yeah.
you got a lot of makeup on, sir, for being the back end office boy.
It's that JD Vance lash line. It's
Uh-huh. Ugh. Oh, so here we finally get that first look at this other character, Danny Briggs. Danny Briggs,
I,
who Danny Briggs,
I
as
could
far
buy
as I
that.
can tell,
I think that's his arm, right? That looks like that could
sure,
match him.
it could be, yeah. Um, these are the details
Heathrow,
we're really
and
concerned with here.
it's important. All this stock footage, because clearly most of this was not
That is
filmed in
not filmed
England.
there. No.
Although some of this may have been. Let me see. We have a book
This
of
looks like a highly staged outdoor set area. This
Murder
airport
on
look.
the Amazon is our book that Danny
Hmm.
Briggs is looking at here. I'm gonna take a picture of it for the gram because I like to keep track of how many novels Jessica's written.
Hmm.
Uh, Murder on the Amazon from Coventry House.
Hmm.
But yeah, she just arrives at Heathrow and she's stopped by Danny Briggs. Go ahead.
Danny Briggs, as far as I can tell from IMDb, is an American actor doing the worst Cockney we've heard since Dick Van Dyke. It's so ridiculous. Um, I have to say, I was also watching this with my partner, and he was like, "What's with Angela Lansbury's British accent? It sounds so fake." And I was like, "You do know she's British, right?" And he was like, "What?"
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
the Fletcher accent is more convincing than the Emma MacGill accent.
Well, I think if you're so used to it, it does sound a little bit more affected because that's
Yeah.
also not Angela Lansbury's actual
No.
voice when
No.
she's doing Emma.
Uh-huh.
Um, oh, and the reason that she's in England at all is because the solicitor has called her saying that Emma's been killed
Oh yeah,
and
details.
she needs to come to England
Right.
for the
The reading
services.
of the will and the
Hmm.
services, and apparently she's going to get half this theater.
Yeah. But that's all not to be true because Jessica looks inside the car and who's there but Emma MacGill.
Emma,
Angela Lansbury is playing with Angela
alive and
Lansbury.
well,
I
singing
love
next
the
to each
scenes
other.
that they
Yeah.
share. I love
Uh-huh.
it. And they do the thing where they do like the I Dream of Jeannie thing where they show them in two separate shots a lot
Hmm.
of times, but then they have them share the space. And I have to say, for 1985, that's
It's
pretty
pretty
cool.
good. Yeah. It's pretty good. I mean, hey, The Parent Trap did it.
That's true. That's
Yeah.
true. And when I was little, I actually thought that Haley Mills was a set of twins. I didn't
Yeah.
actually know that
Yeah.
that was possible, that you could do that.
Hmm.
I know people who are a little younger than us probably thought that Lindsay Lohan was a pair of twins as well.
Oh, fair. Yeah.
Yeah. But this,
That was her first sort of big role, right? Lindsay
yeah.
Lohan?
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. And this is, I mean, I guess if you're going to have so many stand-ins for Jessica, which we see, Angela Lansbury has so many people who are clearly her walking into places, clearly
Hmm.
her being seen from a far enough angle where it's clearly not Angela Lansbury being tossed around by those muggers in the first episode.
Hmm.
Basically, this meant the stand-in just worked a little bit harder because they
Yeah.
clearly had somebody. There's a reason that they look like they're looking at each other because they
Yeah.
already have someone at the same height, at the
Uh-huh.
same
Uh-huh.
who's used to that.
Totally. And actually seeing them in the same scene, you can really tell that Emma is wearing a wig.
Well,
It's
that's
quite the wig.
that actually I could see being in real life too. I could see her being someone
Oh
who wore a
yeah.
wig.
Oh
That wasn't
yeah.
uncommon. People who wore wigs because they had thin
Yes.
hair.
You were right. They're sitting on the couch together and it's pretty seamless.
It's so good.
Yeah,
It's so great.
it is
Back and
cool.
forth.
Yeah. So let me throw in a few details here. So essentially Emma, Jessica, and this other guy, I cannot find his name on the
The solicitor?
IMDb.
The solicitor?
What? Yeah. What's
Oh,
his
that
what's his
is
name?
Christopher Tabori, our murderer from We're Off to Kill the
Oh,
Wizard. Thank you
yes, it
very
is.
much.
Oh my God.
That
Not
is
wearing a
our
black
our
turtleneck.
our handsome black turtleneck wearer. Yes.
Wow.
We have
And
a
playing British.
return. Yeah, we have a
I
returning
wow.
actor.
I
Yeah.
did not even realize that, but of course it is. He really convinced me. I thought he was British.
No, he's so handsome.
He got me. He is very good looking.
Yeah.
They're
And
the only ones who know.
at the time, married to Judy Geeson, who was in Paint Me a Murder, the Cesar
Judy Geeson,
Romero
so
episode.
good. Yeah, she's the
Yeah.
the, the silent philanthropist who would give
To the
mysterious looks to the
orphans.
camera. Right, yeah. And then we have the inspector here, who is played by Barry Ingham, who he's been in a lot of stuff too. Um, he's a delicious little kind of like a growly presence, right? I like him.
He is so at ease. It's very believable. He's just,
Hmm.
and I know he's also a returning guest
Yeah.
to the series in a later episode where that takes place, I think in China, I want to say. I could probably look that up, but that's not what we do here. Uh, but he is so familiar because he's playing like the quintessential uh Scotland Yard,
Hmm.
friendly kind of type.
Oh, and it looks like he's the voice of Basil in The Great Mouse Detective.
No shit. That makes perfect
Yeah.
sense.
Oh my
Again, it
gosh, yeah.
makes perfect sense that
Look at that.
he would play something like that. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, he's been around. He's done a lot. Okay, so what's happening in the plot here? Oh, they're
Uh,
having this wake. Um,
Shows love this, where because they're having an actor play two parts,
mhm.
the relative, no matter how distant, we see this in Golden Girls all the time, no matter how distantly related they are the spitting image
I
of that
know.
original, because
Oh my
Emma
gosh.
MacGill's cousin looks exactly like her.
Exactly like her. So much so that the cast is like, is that her? Is she alive? Um, Jessica
And
has just
yes,
shown up
she
at the
is.
theater.
They don't know
She
it.
is. She's just shown up at the theater where they're having some sort of wake or remembrance for Emma. And of course, Jessica and the solicitor and they're
Fielding.
playing as if Emma is indeed dead. And
Yep.
everybody's all of a sudden like, "Ooh, this is the woman who's showing up. She's gonna inherit half the theater."
Just out of
Uh,
nowhere, when especially if there are so many people here who want to inherit it instead,
hmm. Yeah,
or inherit it so that they can then sell it to Briggs.
yeah. And
And
boy, they
that's
don't waste any time.
no. Well, also because we have the whole point of this is also to find out which one of these folks may have also attempted to be killing Emma.
Right.
Because spoiler alert, the murderer is in this room. Like
Sure is.
or it's Briggs, the very least.
Yeah.
But it has to be one of these folks because Emma, while she's, a gal about town, the only
Hmm.
people who have a vested interest in her death are these people.
Yeah, they want that space. I mean,
Yeah.
in all fairness, so would I. It's pretty fabulous.
I just imagining the punks from that first scene outside holding a candlelight vigil for Emma because
Oh,
they can't stand that their favorite has passed.
I know. Their little
Uh,
yellow bird.
yeah. I mean, and
Uh,
that's something true of like these fabulous actors too, like Judy Garland and like surpassed or went across channels of fans. Like there's this is very true of a grand lady to have fans of all different types
yeah,
that are their beloved. Angela
yeah.
Lansbury for one.
Absolutely. Glynis Johns, we should point out is has a great presence in the first half of this episode. She was Emma's is Emma's not dead.
Mhm.
Dressing assistant or assistant of some sort in this theater. And she is not wasting a moment to make sure that she gets what is hers, according to what
Yeah,
Emma promised her and what's in the will. Um, it's
yeah.
so funny seeing Glynis who from Mary Poppins who previously played like, you know, a suffragette woman with high principles and whatnot, and now she's playing this sort of
But still posh.
skeezy. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Mrs. Banks is still quite posh. And
Oh, for
here, Glynis
sure.
Johns is playing way lower class,
Totally.
and it's delicious.
She's a little
Uh,
schemy. She's a little shifty.
we would, of course, be remiss if we did not mention that she is also the one who first brought us Send in the Clowns, that she was the
Oh,
first
yeah.
Desiree in A Little Night Music, and that song was written for her because Glynis Johns was not much of a singer.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
And one of my favorite little anecdotes about her as well is that when she was brought into Disney to talk about Mary Poppins, she assumed she was being considered for the role of Mary Poppins. And when they mentioned, "No, we want you for Mrs. Banks," she seemed stiff upper lip, but
Yeah.
still kind of offended and still kind of sad. And to soften the blow, they gave her a
They
song.
gave her the song. Yes, that wasn't originally part of the script.
Yeah. And it's
Yeah.
one of the best parts of that film. As a great film as it is,
She's so
it's
kooky in it, right?
so great. So great.
A
But she would have been
little
an interesting.
dippy.
She would have been an interesting Mary Poppins too, because the book Mary Poppins
I
is
think
not Julie Andrews, if
no,
frankly.
no. Did you ever watch that movie with Saving Mr. Banks with Emma Thompson
I
and Tom
did
Hanks?
not. I did
Yeah.
not.
I did. I'll leave it there.
Didn't quite do it for you?
No, no,
Oh,
I don't like any movie that makes Walt Disney look like some sort of hero. Don't get me wrong, I'm a Disney fanatic, but if you're not going to take a critical eye at all of the bullshit that Walt Disney
no,
put people through,
it's
then I'm not interested.
it seemed, yeah, it's revisionist. It also, it's one reason that I didn't really want to watch what was it, Higher Figures? Speaking of Octavia
Hidden
Spencer,
Figures? Yeah.
Hidden
Hidden
Figures,
Figures, yeah.
because of Kevin Costner's complete imaginary
Yes.
role in that. I'm like, I don't
Yes.
really need to see white savior
No.
bullshit.
No, exactly. Um, so Olivia Hussey here, she might as well be her dad's manager. She wants him to succeed. He was an incredibly successful stage actor, and she wants to see him in his glory again. So I think she is also pro getting out of this theater for him.
Because he's a legitimate actor, and
Yeah.
she wants him to
Yeah.
basically be Olivier.
I
Yeah.
like her in this episode. I do wish that she did more than just say, Dad, 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 the whole time. Dad, Dad.
Yeah. There's like the reveal scene towards the end. She has a little bit more
Yeah.
because she gets a little steely, but
Uh-huh.
there's this one part where there's it's completely inconsequential, but somebody says, "Oh, you made the phone call at this time." He's a liar. I made it at this time.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
okay.
Like, okay, this is out of character. Yeah. She's so
Uh
lovely and she's
yeah.
such a good actor. For the
Yeah, we
role,
lost her
the
last year.
archetype. Yeah, I know. For the archetype she plays in this episode, you'd think she would get a little bit more meat in the role, but she
She's
doesn't really.
she's another one where because of her purpose, they pull back a little bit because they don't
Yeah.
want to give too much of her.
Yeah.
Um,
And honestly, they really convinced me the first time I saw this that I thought that she was allied to Jessica. I thought that they were sort of in it together to figure this out in a
mm,
way. She has
mhm.
such a gentle, non-assuming presence. Um,
Right. Well, and
yeah.
that suits her. She's also returning to the screen with Angela Lansbury. She played her daughter in Death on the
Right.
Nile.
Yeah.
So that's really cool. For a really completely different performance style, Catch Her in Black Christmas in
Oh
1974. By
yeah.
God, she's the lead in that. With the fabulous Margot Kidder, no less.
You're not going to tell me what I cannot do. She's great.
And
You get
for
rid of that
many
baby
folks,
girl. You get rid of that baby.
she's also in It.
Mhm.
And she's canonically Norman Bates's mother in the
Yeah.
fourth Psycho,
Yeah.
which for many people they don't consider that to be part of the storyline,
Totally.
but
She
I
played
certainly do. I
Juliet in the
certainly
Romeo
do.
and Juliet movie.
Hmm.
Um, it's
Big
just
theater actress too.
stunningly beautiful.
Yeah.
Stunningly beautiful. Um,
Oh,
oh,
Bridget O'Hara is dead.
important thing. Bridget is dead. Bridget is the murderer of the episode. Yeah, poor Glynis.
Yeah. So earlier we saw Emma in this fabulous leopard coat.
Hmm.
And ever since Emma's death, quote unquote, Bridget has been asking about this leopard coat because she wants that leopard coat.
Yeah.
Which, to be interesting enough, she says it was promised to me. And what that's so strange to me because I
It
have to
is.
wonder, like, do you really think she will predecease you? Like, I don't
At what they look like the
understand
same age. So at what point were they having a conversation? And Emma said, "You know what? When I go, you're going to get this coat."
why, what, that's so strange. And I also wonder, maybe it's if she leaves the theater, like if she, because
Maybe.
when she stops working for her,
It
she will
doesn't
give
really
her
make
this
sense.
coat.
Yeah, it's a little
Yeah.
flimsy, right?
But
Um,
Bridget was wearing the coat
she
when,
went to Emma's flat to get the coat. She said, "I'm not going to wait for the will
yeah,
reading. I'm going to get what's mine." And then so she's leaving Emma's flat, and this little yellow car runs her down,
look at this is
kills her.
the third car. This is a third vehicle,
Yeah, yeah.
which
Which actually kind of makes sense if you think about it, because the killer, as we later learn, is coming in on the weekends. So it's possible that
is a rented
they're
car.
using a new car every time.
Hmm.
So that kind of,
Hmm.
I believe that. I can get on
Okay.
board with that.
Okay.
Um, it's a cute little car.
And it's very clear if you look at, so I just rewound just a little
Yeah,
bit
let's
just
see
to
if
see
we
if
can see.
we see in it very, I mean, if you know what you're looking at, you know that's not Emma McGill coming out
Yeah,
of the flat. Um,
yeah. Look at this London backdrop.
so great.
It's it's very like 1960s fantasy movie or something.
Coming out, coming
This
out.
this is definitely
Car
filmed
is
on a lot.
coming. It is a woman
Yeah, yeah,
behind the wheel.
yeah.
Yeah. None of
It
this,
is
by the way,
zooming down
was
the street
filmed.
too.
None of this was filmed in England. All of
No,
this was filmed in Universal
no.
City. And look at the painted backgrounds. Very
That's
Mary
yeah,
Poppins.
very
So
yes,
great.
very as I said, 1960s fantasy film. Yeah, very that.
Straight up bed knobs and broomsticks.
Uh-huh. This is like Portobello Row all over again.
uh, it does look
Um,
really cool though. And
yeah,
I
it's
love a
beautiful.
painted background.
I would love
It's
to
one of
be
the
on
reasons
that set. It looks fun.
it does. It's like the British version of like Dick Tracy. I think it looks so cool.
Yeah.
I think it looks so cool.
Hmm.
I love a painted background, a matte painting in the back, and I love like
It
just
kind of
these
makes
stylized sets. I think it's so cool.
it sort of makes it dreamy and removes it from any sort of real life stakes, which is
Hmm.
in this case, it suits the vibe really well. Oh, I still
The
cannot get over
solicitor.
that that's our killer in the solicitor is our
Yeah.
killer in my favorite episode from season one.
That is the
He is
sign of a
really
true
good. He's
actor.
really handsome. He's really good
Si-
looking.
Sign of a
Yeah.
true actor. Well,
And
and
his
also
accent is good too.
it's worth noting he's actually a suspect too because he has to be told
He's
that
one of the
Bridget
people who
O'Hara.
knows.
Well, yeah, and he has to be told that Bridget O'Hara has been murdered.
Yeah.
So he could have been behind that car if we hadn't seen that it
Could.
was very clearly a woman behind that
Yeah.
wheel.
Yeah.
Somewhere along the lines, and we're back at Scotland Yard, Archie, who we haven't spoken a lot about, but he has
Hmm.
a vested interest in selling the music hall
Yeah.
because of his domineering wife,
Yep.
uh, has
I
figured
wish she
out
had
that
more to do here too.
they never give him enough.
No.
They never give him enough.
No.
Just a taste, just a taste.
I want that big lesbian energy that she came in the first scene. But she kind of disappears after that. She doesn't really have any presence at all in the episode after that.
Very minimal.
Yeah. She's just sort of there in the crowd. It would have been fun to explore her as a possible suspect because she seemed to have the edge for it, right?
She's a suspect by default,
Yeah,
but she's not. Yeah,
totally.
she's not. They don't spend a lot of time on her.
Yeah. Um, I don't really I don't really know what this scene is for because we kind of learned all this already.
I guess it's partially
Oh,
so
we're
that
kind of
Archie
everybody's sort of
knows.
figuring out that Emma's actually alive still. That's what's happening here.
Yeah.
Now that Bridget
And
is actually dead, kind of have to let the cat out of the bag about Emma. Um,
this is a very vibrant red kind of situation that Jessica's also wearing. Thoughts on the
yeah.
dress?
I like what's underneath the gray coat,
The
but
coat's a
I,
little
I was
weird. The
actually
coat reads
thinking
a little
that
smock-like.
it's funny that they put her in this kind of red when Emma was wearing something like that. I thought they would be more intentional about dressing them very differently.
They
Ooh,
do in the scenes they share,
yeah, they do in the scenes they share, but
right?
oh,
Because look,
okay, now that she's
hey,
okay, okay, yeah, this look works.
but I
Actually, they
almost would have
both look good.
reversed it. I almost
I
would
would
have
too.
reversed it.
I agree. I think that what Jessica's wearing is something Emma should be wearing, and vice versa. Emma's wearing this sort of lovely, sort of large check pattern pastel blouse. It's
It's
really
like
pretty.
a pastel version of what Sophia would wear in
Uh-huh.
Golden Girls
Yeah,
frequently. Yeah.
yeah. There's something sort of Blanche meets Sophia about it.
And I always see that the red is roses on Jessica's dress. And I also
Yes.
I love how much eyeshadow Emma is wearing.
Yeah.
I love how much
Her
makeup she
makeup.
has on.
Yikes. Those red lips, that blue eyeshadow.
It's so drag. It's so
Uh,
amazing.
so they're
That's
talking about
painting for the back row.
So basically, they're saying someone must have known that she was still alive. Um, and Emma says, "Oh, I know I wasn't supposed to tell anybody, but I did phone Archie to tell him so he wouldn't
Oliver.
worry about me." Oliver, sorry. Archie's the, that's right. He's the business
Yeah.
partner. Oliver, the actor. Um,
The love interest.
the love interest, yeah.
Yeah. And well, not only did she phone him, he didn't answer.
So she
So
left a
he
fucking
Mhm,
message.
mhm,
Dumb,
mhm.
dumb dummy. You trying to keep up a ruse? You leave a message?
You know, it's not good because now anyone could have read it, heard it
Yeah,
rather. And
yeah,
sure enough, somebody who wasn't Oliver did because Oliver
that's
never
right.
got that message. Oh, we got Violet again.
Yeah,
Violet's talking to Briggs. Briggs is
yeah,
not
they're all
unhandsome
kind of
either. I
enemies.
think he's pretty handsome
Oh,
too.
I should have said it before, but I was so distracted by the bad accent. She's so, I know what I want to say. Do I want to go there? She's so cunt.
Yeah, you can
She's the
absolutely.
best.
I have to look it up because she reminds me of an actress, and I have to check and see if she is the same actress. Do.
You're talking about Sarah Douglas? Yeah,
Yes.
as uh as Archie's wife. So we're getting kind of a back scene here while you're looking it up. We're getting kind of this back
Hmm.
scene that Danny Briggs has people who are pressuring him to get Emma to sign this contract of sale for this music house. So he is very assertive, if not violent, about trying to pursue her signature to get this
Hmm.
sale done because he has people leaning on him and they've hired him to do this job. And if he fails, he's in deep shit himself. So his stakes are high. And everybody's trying to make this happen. Ooh, one scene wonder here. One scene wonder.
Oh, it's so yeah, like a couple of lines wonder.
Can we
Yeah,
hear her? She's so fun.
sure,
This is
sure.
the she's like a
She's
porter at
the
this boarding house or
yeah,
some sort of house manager.
Hausfrau.
Hausfrau. A pineapple. Yeah.
Because this is Emma's flat, right?
Yes.
Or no, Oliver's flat.
Oh yeah, it's
Yeah,
Oliver
they're
because
Oliver's.
they're gonna go to his voice I said voicemail.
His voicemail. His answering his
Send it to
answering
voicemail.
device.
Uh,
All right, I'm gonna turn up the volume here. We're gonna hear this fabulous actress.
You won't be me.
Fact is, I haven't seen Mr. Trumbull since early this morning. He was off to services at the theatre, of all places. Some people got no sense of propriety.
Yeah. And you say he's not returned here all day?
Said I hadn't heard him. Of course, I've been back in the kitchen a lot watching the telly. Many's the tenant comes and goes without me knowing. He ain't done anything wrong, has he, Sergeant? I do like the old chap.
Yeah, actually, it's Inspector.
Oh?
Yeah, and we'll let ourselves out, eh?
Hey, no need to get testy, sir. I can take a hint.
Right. Thank you very much.
Uh, bright ideas just pop into me head, and I keep thinking.
She's great. It's a shame
She's
she's so far
fabulous.
back in the frame. We don't even really get to see her. I just
It's
realized that the inspector here, he plays, you watch The Nanny, right?
yes.
He plays Maxwell's father in The
Oh,
Nanny.
there
That's
you have
where
it.
I can hear his grumbly
There you
voice.
have it.
Sheffield,
Uh,
Maxwell, yeah.
married to Joan Collins,
Yeah,
as I
that's
recall.
right.
Not
That's
in the
right.
show, in the show.
Right. Um,
Uh, oh, but they're listening to the voicemail and they hear
yes.
a note that Oliver has an audition begrudgingly from this
Hmm.
director to play Falstaff in a production of what Henry V, I believe. And
And he
then
wants
it's
him to
Emma's
meet
message.
him at the this hotel where he's having these auditions.
Yeah,
Yeah, and then Emma's message is after it or before it? It's after it.
slightly before it, but they
Slightly
play it
before it.
after,
Right, right.
and that's important
That is
because
important.
one would have had to hear one to hear the other.
Hmm. So now Oliver is at this audition. We go to this open call audition where people are just apparently sitting in the audience watching it happen. This is not how audition happening. This is not how it
In
works. This is
in
not.
England in 1985, yes, it did.
Maybe. We're led to believe.
It's not
Uh,
uncommon, as I understand it. It's not uncommon to meet at a hotel or at a place to discuss parts or to go over things. I mean, that's one of the things that got Harvey
sure.
Weinstein in such trouble is
Oh,
that he would bring them to hotel rooms and
yeah.
then be skeevy. But it wasn't uncommon to because it's a place you can rent real
I
easily.
I guess where I have an issue with it is that people from the public are just in there watching these auditions happen.
Oh, that maybe
That
they're not public. Maybe they're also auditioning.
why are Jessica and Kitty there?
I don't know. Well,
I'm
Kit,
fighting you. I'm like, this is
you're
not
fighting
this
me
is
on it.
not
All
how it
right.
works.
Not how it works.
People in the room would be like, "What are you doing here? You need to leave."
Yeah.
People are doing their work here. Um,
Oh, there's a line here that the husband and I say quite frequently. So I have to make a note of it. Here we go.
And grows old. Yes, yes. Thank you, Mr. Trumbull. I have not finished. I've heard quite enough, thanks.
Just in the realms of tally ho and such.
oh,
And
jeez.
I have not finished, and there's another one coming in just a moment. This overacting.
He really eats it up, doesn't he?
It's so much.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go.
I'm sure you would have made an adequate full staff. Adequate?
It's so great. It's so great.
He sounds like a Harry Potter villain.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Well, I mean, and part of that is because I mean, Harry Potter, the casting directors knew to hire
Uh-huh.
these theater trained actors,
Uh-huh.
um,
Eat up that scenery.
of essentially of this generation, roughly of Patrick Macnee's generation.
Hmm.
He was a contemporary of Maggie Smith and Richard Harris.
Yeah.
Um,
This
yeah.
audition is getting physical. They're almost fighting. This is crazy. This director wants to throw him out and says, I don't want you. You begged me for an audition. I don't want you. Get out of here. And then he goes into this beautiful monologue all of a sudden.
Well, and he says, "You begged me for an audition at the hotel."
Hmm.
He didn't get the message. So how did he know? So the question is further
Yeah. I think we find that out after this
curious.
scene, right? When Oliver is implicated because he knew theoretically on the
Hmm.
voicemail on the answering machine. On the answering machine, he was the only other person who knew where Emma was.
Yeah,
So he's implicated
it's
here.
sketchy.
Sketch,
Sketchy.
sketch, sketch. Meanwhile, Kitty is here the whole time with her big, beautiful eyes, just sort of
Her headband
soaking
and
it all in.
pearls.
Yeah. She's styled very conservatively, but she looks good.
Yeah, clean.
Yeah. She doesn't need any of the bells and whistles.
Well, she also has to pale in comparison to the
Hmm.
brighter actors because if you're going to
Sure.
have such people play such big, broad,
Hmm.
larger than life, you
Like the
need
Oliver
that
character.
balance.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Oliver, Emma, even Archie is elevated. And he's
Yeah.
not even Bridget
Yeah.
is pretty elevated too.
Truly.
So it's like the real life people in the
Right.
theater world. I mean, and you and I, you know, we've shared
Oh, yeah.
spaces with people that are not in our
They're
scene,
very
and we're like,
grand.
oh,
Yeah. 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 Like, okay, you're used to a different dressing room etiquette than we are. I remember one queen I had as a guest once. I won't say names, but she came in and you had your set lists on the mirror, and she walked in and she just tore it right off the mirror and started doing her makeup behind it. And I thought, oh, okay, not everybody, not everybody knows how to act in a dressing room. Um,
damn.
yeah, I put it right back up, and I said, no, no, this
I
stays
never
here.
put them in like in the center.
No, they were
Jeez.
off on the side. It was so rude. I remember thinking, I'll never have you back again. And I didn't. Yeah. Anyway, so
Hmm.
Archie is actually not Archie. I keep confusing them. Uh,
Oliver.
Oliver is now just finding out that Emma is still alive, and Jessica can't believe it.
Right.
She
There's no
said,
reason that he should be
it was on
surprised.
your answering machine,
He
and
must have known.
you showed up to this audition. So because it was the director calling to say, you should meet me at this hotel. So if you knew about the audition, then you knew Emma was alive. So why are you pretending that she wasn't?
And it turns out that he just went basically as a cattle call to the
Yeah.
audition.
He kind of was sleazing around waiting until the director showed up. And it just so
Right.
happened that the director had said, meet me here anyway. So how convenient.
How convenient. A little too
How
convenient, if you ask me.
convenient. Yeah. I wonder why.
We're really just filling time until we get to our big
Yeah.
reveal
Yeah.
at this point.
This is
We
just
know
all a
none of
matter
these.
of
We know
formality.
none of these people did it. We know
Yeah.
that. For one thing, well, it's not to say that Oliver couldn't have been involved, because actually they really could have made it where he was, since they could have made it where he was in
Yeah.
on it. He's not, but
Right.
when he goes inside, that would have been a good opportunity, knowing that the car was then coming
Yeah.
to hit her, you
Totally.
know. But they chose not to do that. They made him
We're sort of
sympathetic.
getting into the evidence details that are necessary. So the sequence of events was Kitty called the hotel to talk to her dad at 9. She says 9, the hotel says 8, something like that, right?
It's so immaterial, but it's
Yeah,
important enough.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Important enough that
The
she
fact that
feels
and
strongly
I think
about it.
it's
Yeah.
yeah, I think that's what it is. That she has to make it this time. And they're like, it
hmm
doesn't actually matter, but
Actually,
why are you so
I phoned him at 8, yeah. And they said they phoned him at 9 because they're trying to find out where Oliver was when uh Bridget was killed, which was
Mhm.
8:45, is that right?
Something like, yeah.
Yeah, 8:45. And so if they can't account for where he was. And she says, "No, I called him at 8. He was at the hotel at 8." And then they say, "The hotel people said he was there at 9." And she's like, "That's a lie. I called him. They're
He's
wrong."
wrong.
Yeah, she's very, very determined. She loves her dad and she's going to do whatever she can to
Yeah.
make sure he is not implicated in this murder, even if she's stretching the truth
Yeah.
a little bit here.
I think we can drop the pretense here. Uh she did it. When and
She
the
did
reason
it.
I want to say that she did it is because her motivations, as we talk about in this podcast a lot, obviously I don't agree with them, because
hmm
he seemed happy at what he was doing and
Yeah.
he loved
Yeah.
Emma, so why would he want to kill her, or
Yeah.
want her dead rather? But she is so dedicated that she can't see. She thinks, she really does believe that Emma's standing in his way.
Yeah. She's so blinded by this sort of aggrandized version of her father that she's not paying attention to what's actually happening and how he feels. He's sort
And
of
she's so
stealing his agency
insulted.
from him in a
She's
way.
so insulted by what he's allowing himself to degrade himself doing,
hmm
basically. She thinks he's
Granted, it is
debasing
pretty
himself.
degrading. He's pretty bad.
Sure, sure.
Yeah.
But I don't. It's not unlike, like, it's basically like Blanche being so upset that her father is turning into this country music singer,
Yeah. Yeah.
because it's so beneath him, but
True.
really it's beneath her, is
hmm
really what it is.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah. She's
this
projecting all over
projecting.
him. Yeah. Um, Meanwhile, Danny Briggs has found out where Emma is, and so this is the real red herring moment of the episode, right? We're led to believe that it was Danny who's trying to get her offed
Right.
because he finds out where she is and he forces himself into her apartment to get her
I
to
think
sign this paper.
Archie brings him to him,
No,
basically.
I think Archie's supposed to be watching, or did Archie bring him?
I think well,
Okay,
Archie's
yeah,
involved
Archie's involved,
in
yeah,
his
because
going there.
they want her to sign too, and
Right. So
so
Briggs
Jessica and the
goes to
inspector just showed up and
forcibly,
saw Archie. Yeah. So we're led to
and
believe that he must be the one trying to kill her, right?
right. No, he doesn't want to kill her. He just wants her
No,
signature.
yeah.
Turns out,
He's
and
trying to save his ass.
she hits him with a vase of flowers. How about that?
This is one of those great moments where everyone's like, "Okay, I guess we got the killer," and Jessica's like, "No, you didn't," because she already knows.
One little note here. Look at, there's this great, like, Angela Lansbury's such a fucking great actress. Look at the way that Jessica stands and moves, and the way that Emma stands and
Oh, it's
moves. When
so
she
different. Yeah.
saunters over all Mrs. Lovett over to her like that, it's
Hmm.
so great. Look at her shoulders. Look at that.
It's very
Oh,
love
that's
it,
so
right?
good. It's
Yeah.
so good.
They lead with different
It's
parts of their body. They're, yeah. She's great. I bet she just ate this up.
I wonder if it
This
was
was
her
the first
idea.
time,
I
well,
was
because
like,
she's played like drunk before for a scene. She's sort of there's a scene later on in the series where she's in the bar and oogie boogieing a
oh
little bit, right?
yeah.
Love that. But she gets to play two entirely
Everyone
different
knows that one.
characters. Yeah.
Yeah. Or when she
Um,
has to, fuck with a murderer and
hmm
disarm him in some way, she
hmm
will soften or haughty or all these things too.
Yeah,
Um, but we're at the climax
we sure are. A few
with
moments left.
Jessica,
So she's brought Oliver back to the theater.
the
Um,
theater,
and who else is there? Kitty
uh,
comes,
the kitty Trumbull comes, and
our
the
inspector. Yeah.
inspector is waiting in the wings, as
Oh,
naturally he
love
would
it when
be.
the inspector is waiting in the wings. Love a setup.
Mhm.
Classique. Um, so essentially Jessica is saying to them, "Yo, we've identified who the killer is," and then slips in, "We're waiting for her to come forward."
It'll be so much better for everyone if
So much
she,
easier.
yeah, so much
I don't
easier.
know why. I mean, she does this so that she can get a confession out with someone listening, basically.
Oh yeah, yeah.
This is very much like her prodding Barry, a little more gently, but
Mhm.
right?
It's this fabulous manipulation that she's capable of doing.
She's so good at it.
And I think
Can
one
we
of the
hear some
reasons
of
that
it,
she,
actually?
oh sure, I think one of the reasons she has Oliver here is because she thinks that that's the way to get, because Oliver is her reason for everything.
Hmm.
She has to confess in front of Oliver.
Yeah.
Much easier for her.
Her? But I thought that Danny Briggs was the one who...
No, not Danny. The killer was someone else. Someone who had a very personal reason for killing Emma MacGill.
Personally.
And ran down Bridget in the mistaken belief that she was killing Emma.
What's all this about?
You see, one thing seems strange about those 3 earlier attempts on Emma's life. They happened on consecutive weekends, as if they had been attempted by someone who worked and lived elsewhere during the week. You telephoned your father at the Cumberland, Kitty. The concierge said 9 o'clock?
He's a liar. I called at 8.
8 or 9.
8 or 9
It's
is
not
not
the
the
point.
point.
How did you know where to find him?
Where to find him?
What? You did not go with him to the director's office. You went shopping. And then to the travel agent who
Shopping
arranged your seaside holiday.
for a new
There's no
coat.
possible way you could have known that he was going to be in the lobby of the Cumberland unless you had heard that phone message.
It's
Kitty,
all
Don't listen
it's
to
falling
her.
apart.
Dad,
Dad,
Jessica,
Dad.
I'm
Dad.
sorry, Oliver. This gives me no pleasure, believe me. But you
It is a
see,
little,
Kitty had heard
it's a little
that phone
cringe that she's
message.
like, "I'm gonna make your child confess in front of you." It's a little weird, right?
She had no way
A
of
little
knowing that Emma
sinister.
out at
Yeah.
Streatham Flats.
She got some
I
Schadenfreude
mean,
going on.
to be fair,
She arrived.
the daughter did it.
She did it, yeah.
She has
We're gonna find out either way. So I guess this
he
is
has to know. Here,
the.
all right.
why, Kitty?
here we go.
Emma never harmed you.
She was killing you,
Destroying you,
destroying you.
Dad. How couldn't you? You were so magnificent, with a God-given gift that you prostituted to become a second-rate music hall comic. You couldn't break away. Every year you got weaker and more dependent while I stood there and watched. You couldn't help yourself, Dad. But I could. Don't you see? I had to kill her. For you.
And she really believes it. Like she just
Yeah,
straight up
yeah.
believes it.
It's a bonkers perspective, right? Like that's the
Yeah.
only answer here, girl. You're not right. Something right
No.
there.
Oh well, yeah, I mean that's the thing. She
Yeah.
Murder is not necessarily the answer to everything, but it certainly is
Uh-uh.
to a murderer.
I guess we'll probably never know. I don't intend on murdering anyone, so
And one of the few times where it
they
ends,
end.
the executive producer
Uh-huh.
is because they ran out of time.
Yeah, because they ran out of time. They spent too much time in that inspector's office talking about the details.
I mean, I guess it does sort of I mean, what's the issue of the episode is not who killed Emma because Emma's alive.
Yeah.
It's why would she want to do this? And so she confesses to her father that he was the reason all along. That's it.
Hmm.
There's no more
Yeah.
business to take on.
Yeah. It's pretty simple, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I always love when the series does this, when they give us sort of these convoluted, complicated plots with money and signing the contract and selling them. It had nothing to do with any of that, in fact. It was just
Yeah.
a daughter trying to rescue her father from obscurity. And again, do you think she could have done better by just having a conversation with her father and saying, "Hey, I
Of
don't think this is
course.
working out for you the way you think it is.
Of course. Oh, there's
So
any
let's
number
go
of things
around the
that she
block
could have
and we'll
done.
do murder instead of just having a simple conversation."
I mean, she could have easily like set the place on fire if she really
Yeah,
wanted to. Like, there's
honestly.
any number of things.
Yeah,
Uh, yeah, it's drastic,
it's
but
drastic.
that's what the show entails. You need
Yeah,
it to be drastic. Otherwise, it
totally.
wouldn't be Murder, She Wrote.
Yeah. I do like the details of the clues and how Jessica understands what's happened.
Mm,
I think that's clean. I think those evidence points make sense and they're not too complicated or messy. It's like, oh, she called him at a hotel. How would she know he was there unless he told her, which he didn't, we know, and unless she had heard that message. So she had heard the message that Emma was alive. It's as simple as that, right? She's the only other possibility. And even though there's no physical evidence, getting her to admit it based on that circumstance is all they need.
yeah, it's
Yeah,
done.
it's
It's done.
done.
Actually,
That's it.
they don't even need the inspector in the wings. He
No.
may not even have been there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, to that end, when they do that, they immediately chop off all of the other characters. We don't get any Fielding
Yeah.
anymore. We
No.
don't get any more of the Weemses. So we don't know if he is
No more Violet.
yeah,
Too
it's
bad.
all chopped.
Yep.
Uh
We don't even get, which, what's odd, we don't even get Emma in the last scene,
we don't. She's
which
done.
is
Her
kind of
business is
weird,
done.
right? Because she could have owned the episode for quite some time.
I mean, she's the reason she's our
Sure.
Maltese Falcon essentially, but
Yeah.
the whole thing uh is really it's a Kitty and Oliver
Yeah.
storyline in the
It would have
end.
been, I see how it would complicate it to have Emma in this final scene, but it kind of would have been nice just to have her there since that's what we were doing this episode, right?
Yeah,
This
yeah.
sort of, this,
I could see I could see
double duty.
Jessica's motivation thinking that that might hinder Kitty
Yeah.
from being so. But yes, it
Even
would
if
have
she was
also
just
been
in the
nice to,
wings, right? Even if she
yeah,
was just in the wings and came out with the inspector, I feel like that would have wrapped it up nicely and given her a little, uh, bookend. But
I
whatever.
wonder,
It's probably a filming thing too.
maybe they did
Yeah.
and they cut it early. Maybe they
Maybe it
cut it
didn't work.
early.
Yeah.
Yeah. You
Anyway.
have to think so many of these shows, I mean, you have a general understanding of what's going to take 45 minutes or 47
Yeah,
minutes
definitely.
to, but once you're in the editing booth, maybe that's different.
Yeah.
Yeah. We saw the whole musical number in the Broadway Malady was cut.
Yeah.
So they
Which is a good
do
thing we get
film
it here.
things.
Yeah.
They do they have to make decisions like that and on a pretty quick turnaround.
Hmm.
So, final thoughts on Sing a
All
Song of
right.
Murder?
Final thoughts. Let's see here. It's I like that we get the different Lansbury role here as Emma, and I think the song at the beginning that she sings, which we're now watching again because it's replaying, I think it's my favorite part of the episode. I would go back just to watch the song because it's so delightful and it's not life-changing or anything, but it's really cool. Um, the rest of the episode is a little fuzzy for me. Again, the motivation that we just talked about for the killer is a little flimsy. Like, come on, people, just have a conversation and talk about these things like adults rather than resorting to murder. Um, so I think that's fine. I like the cast. I think that's where the episode is strong. I don't know that the writing is as strong
Mm.
personally for me. Glynis Johns is fun. Uh, Sarah Douglas as Violet is great. Want so much more of her because I love a bitch. Um, nice to see Christopher Tabori again. That cute little man. Um, I don't know that I have a lot of thoughts about this episode other than good job, Angela Lansbury, on doing the Freaky Friday take here. But other than that, not Freaky Friday, not Freaky Friday. Parent Trap. What am I talking
Ah,
about?
yes.
I'm getting my
Yeah.
Lohan
Different,
movies
different
mixed
Lindsay.
up.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Patty Duke.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if I have much more to say about it. It's fine. I
Yeah.
don't go back to this episode very often. So, what
I
do you
mean,
think?
I do go back to it only because season two is one of the most frequently replayed seasons
Yeah.
for me. And it's right there at the beginning.
Hmm.
It is interesting that we don't see Emma again until season four. An
Yeah.
entire almost 2 seasons goes by
Hmm.
before we see her again. Um, maybe maybe Angela just didn't think there was much to play with there, and that's
Yeah.
fair. If Emma, I mean, Emma's a fabulous character, as I think as gay guys we're inclined to be drawn to her, but we don't get a lot of pathos from her. We get a little bit
No.
more in the next episode. We
Yeah.
get more emotion from her in the next one.
She's kind of a shallow character, right?
Yeah,
That's why
again, because
she's a
she's
cartoon.
not really that important in this
No.
episode, except that they need to think she's dead. Uh,
It's just a showy portrayal for Lansbury, right? But there's not a lot of depth in the character.
mhm.
And maybe that's why I'm not that interested in it. I don't know.
I think it
I'm
is
more
more
interested in
style over.
Jessica,
Sure, sure.
frankly.
Well, she's a little bit more down to earth.
Yeah.
She's more interesting in that way because she has thoughts. Um, yeah, I like it a lot. I like this relationship she has. I like this world. But it is superficial. It is wildly superficial episode. Um, but
Yeah.
it's fun for what it is. It's fun for what it is.
It's fun. It's fun.
And Glynis Johns eats the hell out of her 12 minutes.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah.
even. She probably has a cumulative 3.5 if
She's
you
fun.
add up all of her bits.
Yeah.
I love this little moment here in the dressing room where we have all of these old photos of Angela Lansbury on the wall in different
Hmm.
things because
Very
they had to
fun.
use actual footage of her
Hmm.
for Emma's dressing room.
Yeah.
Great details in that regard. Um, I love the color pattern of this episode. Um, yeah, I like a lot of it, and I think because it is so distinctive in
Hmm.
a season of a lot of weird shit. Um, like our next episode is a gaslight murder
Oh my God.
mystery.
I love the next episode.
It's so,
Love it. Yeah.
and then we just keep on going.
Hmm.
Again, this is the season with the archaeological dig with Jessica in prison.
Hmm.
The trial episode. Like there are so many like specific in many shows novelty episodes,
Very
but because
much.
of the nature of the show, they're just distinctive.
Hmm.
Um, but this is just a fun little diversion. It's a fun little
Yeah.
diversion.
It is. It's beautiful to look at. Really dreamy.
Highly
Love the
highly
setting.
quotable.
Yeah. The art direction is superb. Highly quotable. Um, but kind of shallow characters and the actual plot itself is
I could
it's
use a
fine.
pint. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, fabulous. Well, as I said,
There you have it.
our next episode takes us Still away from Cabot Cove. We don't return to
Hmm.
Cabot Cove for a little bit of time.
Next, we're going to
Uh,
Cincinnati. Yeah.
with fabulous performances by a bunch of folks, including Esther Roll from Good Times,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hmm.
and Maud for that matter. So looking forward to that. But yeah,
Bring it on.
well, we'll leave the music hall here and
Yeah.
goodbye, little yellow
Ta-da.
bird. I'd rather mate with you.
Goodbye, little
Um,
audience. Till we meet again. Okay, now I'm mixing.
uh, yeah, and trust no well-meaning daughter. That's
Truly.
our
Yeah. Dad! Dad!
God.
Dad!
Maybe that should be the episode. Just DAD exclamation point.
Dad!
All
Would
right.
be
Well,
apt. All right.
thanks everyone. I'm Victor Devon,
I'm Petra Fried,
and
and
this
this
was
was
Tonight
Tonight on
on
Murder, She
Where
Wrote.
She Wrote.